You just knew it was going to happen. It was a matter of time. On day 3 of free agency, March 12th, 2025, Mac Jones officially became a member of the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan, who loved Mac Jones in the pre-draft process in 2021, that was the Trey Lance draft, finally gets his guy. Instant reaction video, let's talk about it. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report. My name is Chase Sr. As always, thank you so much for supporting the show. If you haven't subscribed, do so right now as we're approaching 160,000 subscribers. Niners shows every single day, multiple of them during a time of the year like this. And if you want to stay informed with this team, I have you covered, regardless of where I am or what I'm doing. We're always talking Niners, so be sure to lock us in, hit that subscribe button. And if you think it's hilarious that the 49ers are actually signing Mac Jones, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. So on this Wednesday, March 12th of 2025, Mac Jones becomes a Niner. He first had to get drafted out of Alabama by the New England Patriots. He had to get passed up on by the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan had to be convinced not to take Mac Jones. He then became a Jacksonville Jaguar, but all of that led him here with the Niners to be the backup for Brock Purdy, given he's not traded, considering how crazy this offseason has been, considering he gets paid a contract extension. And the 49ers, in all seriousness, agreeing to terms with Jones on a 2-year contract for $7 million with $5 million guaranteed and a max value of $11.5 million. That coming from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network. And after Kyle Shanahan botched and mishandled the Josh Dobbs situation where against Green Bay, when the Niners season was still alive and on the line, he started the lesser quarterback in Brandon Allen. And then once the season was cooked and the Niners were reeling and they were looking terrible at that point, in Week 18, Dobbs got a start against the Arizona Cardinals. He left for the New England Patriots to back up Drake May. Cannot blame him at all. I thought Kyle Shanahan mismanaged that situation. Anytime you go with a lesser quarterback when you're fighting for a playoff spot, given the significance of that position, other players, I think, notice what the heck is going on around here. The only reason Brandon Allen got that start was because he was in the system, knew the system better, and was a Shanahan guy. Don't blame Dobbs for leaving. But I say all of that because that leads me to this point. The 49ers needed a backup quarterback. And the Niners only had one other quarterback on the roster in Tanner Mordecai, who I like the skill set. Decent arm, good athlete, a little bit short, but no sample size. We didn't see him in the preseason. At SMU, played pretty well. Oklahoma, barely played. Wisconsin, barely played. And he's a good athlete, but you can't go into 2025 with him as your QB2. And so the 49ers making a logical move, honestly, in all seriousness. I know that we joke about it, in signing Mac Jones, who really hasn't been good since his rookie year, has really struggled, and needs to find a home with a quality offensive mind, quality coaching staff, where he can reset, take a breath, and develop. Mac Jones is going to have that opportunity with the San Francisco 49ers. And I know that we can play around and laugh that Mac Jones is a Niner because it is really funny. Let's be real. Kyle Shanahan loved him in the pre-draft process when he was coming out of Alabama. And the Niners, instead of taking Mac Jones, traded 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance when they moved all the way up the draft board for a player who didn't even last a couple of seasons with San Francisco and now might be without a job as he's a free agent after getting traded to the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners went with Trey Lance. It didn't work out. Mac Jones then fell in the NFL draft, and he fell to pick 15, and Bill Belichick took him in 2021. And he was with the Patriots 2021 through 2023. Jones did not play poorly as a rookie. In fact, what's also funny is that he was named a Pro Bowler during his rookie season when In 2021, he went 10-7 that year as the team starter, completed 67% of his passes, threw for 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 13 picks. 7.3 yards per attempt, finished second in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting, and it looked to be as though the arrow was pointing up for Jones, who doesn't have a cannon, isn't a great athlete, known to be kind of a dick sometimes, doesn't have special athletic traits, but his final season at Alabama, albeit surrounded by multiple NFL draft picks on offense, he was excellent. I thought he processed well. I thought he threw with timing and anticipation. He completed 311 passes that led college football. His completion percentage was 77.4%. He made really good decisions, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, led the nation in yards per attempt at 11.2, air yards per attempt at 12.79, also led all college quarterbacks, yards per completion at 14.3, and had a passing efficiency rating, which also led college football at 203.1 and helped to lead Alabama to the national championship game. It's impressive what he did. Now, he wasn't a top 5 pick because of the aforementioned lack of athleticism. 6'3", 220, good size, but slow feet, not a great arm, and people had questions. He's surrounded by all of these first-round picks, a great defense, an all-time Alabama team. Is it going to translate to the NFL level? Early on, it did. Solid rookie year. After that, I think the Patriots are to blame a little bit for the downfall of Mac Jones. And Bill Belichick's handling of Mac Jones probably should be noted as well, because that offense was awful for New England. Bad offensive line, limited running game. I think Ramondre Stevenson was the top running back. Absolutely no wide receiver talent. Tight end situation wasn't great. And I don't think the offensive play calling was good after Mac Jones' rookie year. And in 2022, 2023, it got ugly. It got bad. It got to the point where Mac Jones was benched for the likes of Bailey Zappi, and he never seemed to regain his confidence again, and hasn't from that point. Year 2, 14 touchdowns, 11 picks. Year 3, 10 touchdowns, 12 picks. And then after Trevor Lawrence got hurt, Jones did play 7 games, went 2-5, completed 65% of his passes, 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. Just not a great year, nothing special. But the Jags were kind of a disaster as well. He comes to a Niners team that is a better offensive situation than anywhere he's ever been. He's going to be behind Brock Purdy, who does have some injury problems and a contract negotiation that's ongoing. And I think that he looks at this as this opportunity to resurrect his career, to get back on a good path, to show that he can be an okay, at the very least, quarterback in this league. Look at what Kyle Shanahan did with Sam Darnold, helped turn his career around. Look at how Kyle Shanahan has maximized the likes of C.J. Beathard, Nick Mullins, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy. It's been impressive what he's been able to do. Play calling, play designing, as an overall offensive mind, game planning. Now, obviously, Kyle Shanahan has his limitations, and he has to make adjustments, and we'll see if he's able to do that. But he's maximized the quarterbacks who have been on his roster as the head coach. But he also did great work with Matt Schaub. He did really good work with Kirk Cousins. And Matt Ryan won an MVP the final year that Shanahan was his OC with the Atlanta Falcons. And so that's part of the attractive nature of Mac Jones coming to the San Francisco 49ers, is look at it in that way. But full scale, it's so funny how Shanahan loved him in the pre-draft process. There were some murmurs that the Niners were going to take him with that first-round pick. Then other people in the building advocated for Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan was okay with that. Niners went Trey Lance. And look, whether they went Mac Jones or Trey Lance, both of them didn't work out. And I'm looking up the 2021 NFL draft order to see what the order of picks was that year. Trevor Lawrence went number 1. Jury is still out. Zach Wilson went number 2. Just signed with the Dolphins as a backup. Was awful as a starter. Trey Lance taken 3. Might be out of the league in 2025. Kyle Pitts after that. I thought he's a sure thing. He's been just okay for Atlanta. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith, all signed or are going to sign massive contract extensions with the teams that drafted them. Justin Fields just got 2 years, $40 with the Jets. I don't know if he's any good. Micah Parsons, Rashawn Slater, Elijah Vera Tucker, all good players. Mac Jones went there at 15. After him, a lot of players who are okay to good to out of the league. Zaven Collins, Alex Leatherwood, Jalen Phillips has been good when healthy. Yamin Davis, Kadarius Toney, not even on a team. Kwity Paye solid for the Colts. Caleb Farley always hurt. Christian Darrisaw, one of the top offensive tackles in the game, got a huge deal from Minnesota. Najee Harris on a second team. Travis Etienne, solid when healthy with the Jags. Greg Newsome, trade candidate and target for the Niners. Rashad Bateman, okay. Peyton Turner, okay. Eric Stokes on a second team. Gregory Rousseau just signed an extension with the Bills. Odafe Owe, solid player for Baltimore. Joe Tryon on a second team. And so that first round really did have a lot of misses. And Trey Lance and Mac Jones, up to this point, yeah, both misses. But look, Niners needed a backup behind Brock Purdy. And they bring in Mac Jones, who will be QB2. I imagine Tanner Mordecai will be a developmental player with potential upside as QB3. And that's going to be the Niners quarterback room, depending on what they do in the NFL draft. If they take a QB, competition with Tanner Mordecai for that QB3 spot. But this money for Mac, 2 years, 7, 5 guaranteed, max value of 11.5 if he starts some games, puts up some decent numbers, solid backup money. 2 years for 7, 3.5 per year. It's an affordable contract. Backups can make coin in this league. Not sure what Mac Jones' market was. Maybe he could have gotten 5 from another team. But he gets 3.5 with San Francisco to back up Brock Purdy and finally team up with Kyle Shanahan, who really liked him. And if we want to talk Mac Jones as a scheme fit, like, what does Shanahan like in his quarterbacks? Get the ball out on time, accurately, in rhythm. That's a strength of Mac Jones, or at least it was at Alabama and at times in the NFL. So, wanted to talk about this here on the show. Thanks to everybody for watching. Quick instant reaction video. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace.